What's good, everyone? It's me, Pepper. So, it's Rebirth. It came out. I think I finally talked about it. Let's go. I really wanted to process my thoughts and finish hard mode, finish the meat of the content before I made a spoiler-free video talking about what the game did right and what it could have done better. So, as a reference, I did finish all the side content within the open world. I beat hard mode. I did like half the VR combat segments. I did not do the hard mode mini games because I can't be asked. But yeah, now that you know that, let's just get out with it. So, what the game does right, fuck, we can go on and on, man. Like, this game does so much right that every 5 seconds I just went, this game is not real, this game is not real. The story I thought was great. Obviously, some people were complaining about like, oh, there's not much of a story. Well, clearly it's like a character-focused story, and characters is what Rebirth consistently nails, in my opinion. It just like, it's so good, man. Like Rebirth, like hands down has like the best like character work, like the best party dynamic in the series. Like a common problem within Final Fantasy parties, even like the best ones, were that like there would always be the one member that would get the short hand of the stick. But in Rebirth, none of them felt that way. All of them felt like, yeah, they had enough time. Like, all of them were like really good. Obviously, like the obvious stars, Barret, Cloud, Aerith, like Tifa, like they're great. But then also like the characters in OG that I didn't really think that highly of, like Red 13. I thought Red 13 was cool, but I was like, I fuck with him type shit. But Rebirth fixed that. Yuffie, I thought Yuffie was annoying, but Rebirth, I think Yuffie's awesome. Like Kate said, I wanted to strangle him in OG. I still want to strangle him in Rebirth, but I don't find him annoying. So, yeah, also Kate said it was great. Sid, they added something interesting. It said, I like what they're doing with them so far. Winston is Winston, you already know. And of course, it's not really a spoiler since it's literally on box art, Zack. I already love Zack, guys' score. I feel like Rebirth did a great job making him even more likable. I feel like, the focus they had on Zack, I thought was just right. I was overall really satisfied with how they handled Zack. And you know how Zack was starting Rebirth is really good when I legit heard a couple of people who didn't like Zack somehow in Crisis Core, they loved him in Rebirth. So, like, that says it all, honestly. We rules that as a combat, man, that combat, like, that remake was already fucking creamer material. Like, it already had my favorite battle system hands down at the time. Now Rebirth just like elevates it so much harder. It's fucking awesome. Like, the air combat in remake, it felt fucking garbage, but Rebirth, like, it fucking fixed it. I had faith since episode intermission, since you did feel the improvement with how you played in the episode intermission. So in Rebirth they went ham. The air combat feels so good, like transitioning onto it. It's just it's perfect, you know. Also, the addition of perfect blocks, synergy skills, and synergy abilities is exactly what it needed to be even better. So synergy skills are basically skills that they don't require ATB, and they can be used to build ATB. It's like certain actions performed between two party members, and they're really cool. They're like offensive ones and also like evasive ones, like counter fire. They feel really good to pull off, and that's really cool, man. Like, obviously it's not like mandatory to use them, but they just make life so much easier to use, and yeah, I love them. I never felt like downtime in Seminar, like when you're like building up ATB, was really a problem. But synergy skills, it's like they made sure like that being a problem just would not be a possibility, like, at all. And synergy abilities are basically like abilities that can be performed with party members, depending on how many synergy bars they filled. And the bars are filled by using ATB commands, and they grant different benefits like increasing your LB level, increasing your standard duration, as well as increasing its potency, and also like giving you ultimate MP, sorry, I lost the limited ATB, and 3 ATB bars. So that's all the benefits they give you, and yeah, Synergy is also like great, like seeing them and also like using them, like also like just like a great little bonus. I already mentioned before perfect blocking, like it feels really satisfying to pull them off and require like a certain timing to do it. So yeah, the combat, hands down, is one of the best combat systems out there, and easily the best combat system this series has. Like, always thought ATV was like a timeless concept, and they continue to prove it. That's what's the remake trilogy, and also the third trilogy. So moving on from that, the open world, like the exploration aspect of it, so good, man. I loved exploring the world. How they reimagine these different areas, like, you know, like the Gaga region, like the area of Gaga Canyon, the grasslands, like it really helps that the OG is relatively fresh on my mind since I replayed it in October 2023. Just seeing how they reimagine all these places, all these locations, is mind melting. Like, I'm just constantly going, this game is not real, and also how did they come up with this? Like, exploring all of these regions, like it was like, how did they like physically come up with this map? It's insane. So yeah, for the most part, I love the exploration. Also, like the different like activities. I didn't feel like there were too many activities. I felt like they were the right amount, and they never got really boring or stale to me. And they're also like odd jobs. You're like, you know, your side quests basically, and they particularly focus on, you know, Cloud, and also like, I don't know, I wouldn't say focus, but it revolves around Cloud and another party member. Like, they interact with that side quest, and those were just a treat to go through. And also, they add further on to what I said, that this character just has, what I'm saying. This game just has the best party dynamic, and that just adds on top of it, like, even more. It's so good, man. Also, like the side quests, like they're like, I guess you could say that they're like special, but like still, the side quests are great. There's also like the Proto Relic quest line. That quest line is really fucking good. Like, highly recommend. You know, just yeah. But it was like it was a really good time, and I cannot wait to see like what else I come within part 3. Also, yeah, the mini games. So you know, this game has a lot of them. I liked like so many of them. Like, yeah, like I loved all but one, and the bootleg gummy ship one. I mean, I thought it wasn't too bad. Even that. But like, yeah, they were like a nice break. Like, within the story, right? Within the story, I felt like they put the right amount. You don't need to like try hard. Like, you know, you can just do it like casually. They were like, I never felt like they were like, you know, overdone. And really, like, a lot of the mini games are like optional. So I thought they were solid. You know, I thought they were a good time whenever the story required you to do them. Also, yeah, Queen's Blood is just its peak. Hard mode, I thought hard mode was really good as well. You know, it was hard. You know, the challenge was good. It was never feel annoying, except for like one boss in chapter 13, the first boss. I feel like that part was really annoying. And one part in chapter 11, where you play as a certain character, it's also like the second half of it more so was really annoying on hard. But besides that, I thought it was really good. Like, it makes you like play better. Maybe, you know, encourage you to see certain builds, like really play around, and it never felt like, yeah, just overall it felt really good. Like, if you knew the fights and you can just mow them down, like the final boss, like I really like, you know, like I really understood, like I really got a good hang of the final boss. So doing it all hard, I just fucking knocked it out of the park, and it just felt really satisfying. So hard mode, big thumbs up. This week. So yeah. And I don't really even need to head on to, you know, soundtrack, because like that shit is phenomenal as usual. Like, Southern Remake already had like a perfect mix of old and new. And Rebirth is just, yeah, like fuck, man. Now onto the negatives, because there are limits to the glaze. There definitely are. So first up, I had to say the audio mixing is horseshit. It is horrendous. Like reducing the music and its effects volume helps, but even then, the audio work feels kind of rough. Sorry, the audio mixing feels kind of rough. It's weird because this was never an issue in Remake, from what I remember. I don't know what happened, but like, but also like hearing certain clips of like, some in default settings, right? Like, oh my god, it's horrible. True soul. That just, and also like, even with the settings that went on, where I had like music volume and SFX volume at like 7. Even then, like in the dialogue that occurs in like open world, and when I got into a fight, the music and sound effects still like overwhelmed them. I felt like the voices were like a few decibels like too low. So, and I really hope they fix that. I really hope they fix that. Like I was getting through like the performance mode, but then the patch came out. It is a lot better, but I still feel like there is room for improvement with the sharp performance mode, because I feel like a lot of like the particle effects and some of the lighting, they would like complement the visuals, like or like something or whatever. Like some of the particle effects they feel like they add on to it, but like I don't feel like in performance with sharp they hit like they do with the graphics mode. Regardless, it's still good, but I think it still needs a tiny bit more sharpness, and also like the lighting and the particle effects to hit just as much. Basically, I just want the performance mode just to be just as good as Integrates. Also, the lighting. The lighting feels really, really weird because like in sometimes when like depending on where your camera is positioned, sometimes like the area either just becomes way too fucking dim or way too bright. Like it's really, really weird. So that issue is also there, and this game sadly also suffers the same issue as in Remake, where there were like noticeably low quality textures, and those textures like they stick out when you have like really high quality models. So Rebirth, it felt worse than it did in Remake. I'd say it's mainly because Rebirth's just like a bigger game, right? Usually whenever the game like forces you into certain like party comps, 99% of the time the game I feel like it nails it. I never really minded. I felt like they were like executed really, really well. Also, it's a good, I forgot to add, the dungeons. The dungeons and the quest design I felt like were really progressed from Remake. It's just like the dungeon design also, like the wide like linear structures, like it's great. But back to yeah, back to the negative shits. But there's this one part in chapter 11 where it just got a little, it got annoying. It got annoying. And hard is even more annoying. But that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, if you played the game, then you already know what part I'm talking about. You already know why it's annoying. So I don't think I even need to elaborate any further. So yeah, they need to work on that one. But for the most part, they did things right. And also another thing would be the mini games. I already said before that I like most of the mini games, and well, that's a semi-lie. I say semi-lie because I still like them. I like them on like the normal difficulty, but like from the higher ones, like basically like the mini games like Pre-Brawler, right? When you try to go to like the higher difficulty ones, they like it felt really overtuned, and I hope they do like tune it down a little bit more to the point that it doesn't feel like fucking obnoxious. So I like that. And another issue I would have is okay, so I'd already in the positives already talked about the exploration, right? All called regions. I thought they were really cool. There was one region, however, where I fucking hated. Like I hated traversing through. And that is Hakonaga. Like a lot of people, like so many people didn't like Tongaga. Like they thought it was annoying. But I'm surprised nobody said anything about like the Cosmo region because I like Tongaga actually didn't mind it. Because like you do have to fight your way around a little bit, but like it never like it like I found my way before it started to get annoying. Cosmo region, man. Oh my god. That like going through that region fucking sucks. Like especially with the glide, like because you had to go to like gliding pluses and whatever, and the gliding controls, right, kind of not it. Like yeah, no, like like especially like in a certain side quest, like the way of like finding out certain spots in the Kazu region, man, like that shit sucked. I really want them to add this in part 3. I hope they will let you like kind of zoom out the region map a little bit more because like in Rebirth there's only like one zoom in percent and one zoom out, and if you try to like zoom out anymore we can take it to the whole map. Is yeah. So I would really like if they let you zoom out a little bit further in within the region map, especially because if you're trying to like fast travel to like another point of the map, trying to go there, trying to take a cursor there gets really annoying, especially in like some like Corel region, like when you're like in the desert, and then when you even if you want to like fast travel back to Costa del Sol, for example, like it gets annoying. So I really hope they add that, and also I hope they add like a 3D view. uh I feel like those would really benefit for areas like Kazu region and Kongaga, where like the 3D view just give you an idea of like kind of like the levels and whatnot. It is, you know, instead of like going there and just seeing. Yeah, I feel like that would make things a little bit more convenient. So, one part I thought was weird, like, is whenever you went to the Renovation Towers and activated them, they never fill out parts of your map. And that's really weird because there are some parts of the map where you physically just cannot go there. And I hope, in part 3, if they add, like Remnaware, if they bring back Remnaware Towers, I hope that it fills out the parts of the map as well. But one thing I really wanted to add in part 3 is it would be active party member switching. I thought it would be there in Rebirth, but it wasn't really there, which I don't really mind. But in part 3, I really hope they add it. And one thing they could do to make it more popularly, I guess, like implement it, not really so cumbersome, would be like you already have like your front line and your backline sections of Rebirth, right? Um, what I really wanted to do is make the backline section of your like party comp, the backline be the party members you can actively switch back and forth after. Maybe you keep like a handicap, like if your party member is dead you can't replace them with a live one or something like that. I thought that would be really cool. And then I already mentioned the frontline backline. Part 3, I hope they had like another third section. The third section is where you assign the front line and the back line. I thought that would be really cool. You already like create like 3 kinds of party comps. I hope in part 3 they up it to like 5 at most. I think 5 is like a perfect like the perfect number. And the shortcut menu. So Rebirth has a lot more abilities now, like a lot more ATB commands. And part 3, we already know they're going to be even more. So with the shortcut menu, I really hope they add like the KH3 thing where you have like 3 shortcut sets that you can actively switch between in battle. I think that would be pretty doable, and I would love to see them at that in part 3 as well. So yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say about Rebirth. What else did you think the game can improve. What do you think about it? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. I make videos most of the blue moon. So yeah, see ya.